Hunger did not arrive like a blow. It came slowly, slowly enough to make one believe it could still be endured. But by the third day, it began to speak. And what it taught was never gentle. On the first day, hunger was only emptiness. The belly felt a little lighter. The body reminded him it was time to find something to eat. He still walked normally, still sniffed, still watched. On the first day, hunger still allowed hope. That something might fall at a familiar corner. That a distant smell might drift closer. He barked once, short, not loud. Just enough to remind the world that he existed. No one answered. On the second day, hunger no longer asked. It waited. The body began to slow. Every movement was considered a beat longer. He lay down more, not from fatigue, but because standing cost energy. On the second day, the smell of food was no longer pleasant. It became sharp, harsh, tightening his throat. He did not approach every opportunity as before. He stayed farther away, watched longer. Hunger now was like a hand on his shoulder, holding him back from acting too quickly. On the third day, hunger changed its voice. It began to teach, not with words, but with calculation. It taught that every sprint consumed. Every bark burned something that could not be replaced. Every conflict was an expensive expense. On the third day, another dog appeared in front of a pile of food. The dog was bigger, fur thick, eyes steady. He stopped. Not because he was afraid, but because hunger had already finished the calculation. A fight might be won, but winning did not mean he would still have the strength to finish the meal. If he lost, there was no need to count further. He stepped back. The other dog growled, not out of anger, but to confirm. He understood that language. He stepped back again. There were days hunger made him reckless, but not the third day. The third day taught that survival was not always about taking. Sometimes it was knowing when to let go. He waited at the edge, scenting the air. When the other dog finished and left, very little remained. But enough. Hunger taught him that little was still better than none, and safety was better than full. After that, he no longer rushed at everything that smelled like food. He observed first. He looked at who was there, who held the right, who was ready to defend it. He learned to eat fast without panic, to stop at the correct moment, to retreat when necessary. Hunger also taught silence. Barking did not make food appear. It only gathered attention. And attention was rarely good. After long days without eating, his ears grew sharper, his eyes clearer, but his body grew lighter in a way that was not kind. Ribs showed, his belly tightened inward. Each breath carried a hollow feeling, but his mind stayed awake. Hunger did not make him stupid. It made him precise. He knew when to come close, when to wait, when to disappear completely. Some believed hunger made an animal vicious. Not exactly. Long hunger taught him economy. Economy of energy, economy of emotion. He did not hate the other dog, did not resent it. He simply recorded the location, the smell, and the outcome. This city did not reward the reckless. It rewarded those who could calculate. Hunger did not give him food, but it gave him an invisible map of limits. And that map allowed him to move through one more day. He did not thank hunger, but he obeyed, because in a world without promises, lessons that kept him alive, even harsh ones, were worth remembering.